Good morning, all of you. In the previous lecture, in the part of vector differentiation, I defined vector differential operator and gradient. Today, I discuss about the directional derivative. Okay, first of all, I give the definition of a directional derivative. See here, the directional derivative of a scalar point function phi at a point p x y z in the direction of a unit vector E bar is equal to E bar dot del phi. I once again repeat the definition. The directional derivative of a scalar point function phi at a point p x y z in the direction of a unit vector E bar is equal to E bar dot del phi. Okay, so this is called the directional derivative. See here, the yellow region is the scalar point function phi, and p is the point here, and a bar is the unit vector, look like E bar. I can calculate the directional derivative of this particular scalar point function in the direction of A. So that is nothing but A bar dot del phi. Okay, now I can explain this one with the help of examples. And before going to the examples, just I go through the note point. I can take a vector A bar. A bar is equal to A1 I bar plus A2 Z bar plus A3 K bar. We are already known that I bar, J bar, K bar are the unit vectors in the direction of x, y, z. Then I try to find the magnitude of a vector, that is called modulus of A bar. Modulus of A bar can be calculated as is equal to square root of A1 square plus A2 square plus A3 square. Okay, the second point is here. If A bar is equal to A1 I bar plus A2 Z bar plus A3 K bar, and B bar is equal to B1 I bar plus B2 Z bar plus B3 K bar, then I define the dot product between the two vectors. We have another definition also there, but here I am using this particular definition. So I am writing A bar dot B bar is equal to just enough to write the sum of components A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus A3 B3. These points are using in the next upcoming problems. I go through the first problem on directional derivative. I go through the problem now. Find the directional derivative of the function. Function is nothing but here scalar point function. Xy square plus yz square plus zx square in the direction of vector. That vector is I bar plus 2z bar plus 2k bar at the point 1, 2, 0. That means I am calculating the directional derivative of the given scalar point function in the direction of vector I bar plus 2z bar plus 2k bar. Now, so directional derivative is nothing but del phi dot E bar. So in this aspect, first of all, I calculate del phi. Del phi is nothing but gradient. For that purpose, I can take first of all scalar point function. The given scalar point function phi is equal to xy square plus yz square plus zx square. Okay, now I go through the definition of gradient. I am writing del phi. Del phi is equal to dou phi by dou x into I bar plus dou phi by dou y into z bar plus dou phi by dou z into k bar. Now I once again take the scalar point function phi. Phi is equal to xy plus xy square plus yz square plus zx square. For this one, I am calculating now partial derivatives with respect to x with respect to y with respect to z. First, I am calculating the partial derivative of pi with respect to x now. So dou phi by dou x is equal to the partial derivative of pi with respect to x is nothing but y square plus 2xz. Why? Because of when we are calculating partial derivative of pi with respect to x, both y and z are treated as constants. In the same lines, I am calculating partial derivatives of pi with respect to y, that is dou phi by dou y is equal to 2xy plus z square, and dou phi by dou z is equal to 2yz plus x square. Now therefore, now I replace the partial derivatives in the definition. Now I am writing del phi. Del phi is equal to y square plus 2xz I bar plus 2xy plus z square j bar plus 2yz plus x square k bar. So this is nothing but the gradient of scalar point function what they given. Now we try to find the directional derivative of scalar point function at that particular point 1, 2, 0. So that's why I am calculating the gradient del phi at the point 1, 2, 0. Now I am replacing these values in the gradient. I am getting del phi is equal to del phi at 1, 2, 0 by enough to replacing the values here. So I am getting the components of I bar, j bar, k bar in the form of 4, 4, 1. So the resultant is in the form of 4 I bar plus 4 j bar plus 4 k bar. Here just I replace the point at the place of x equal to 1, y equal to 2 and z is equal to 0. And the resultant is del phi at 1, 2, 0 is equal to 4 I bar plus 4 j bar plus k bar. Okay. Now I can take the unit vector e bar. E bar is the, here you can observe that e bar is the unit vector in the direction of the vector I bar plus 2j bar plus 2k bar what they given in the problem. Then e bar must be a unit vector. So that's why I am calculating the cap of the given vector. It will be considered as a bar. So that's why I am taking e bar is equal to a bar by modulus of a bar. So this is equal to, so a bar is nothing but I bar plus 2j bar plus 2k bar by square root of the magnitude of that particular a bar is 1 plus, it's nothing but 1 square plus 2 square plus 2 square. By simplifying this one, I am getting root 9 in the denominator. By simplifying this particular one, I am getting is equal to 1 by 3 into I bar plus 2j bar plus 2k bar. So this is the value of e bar. Now I am calculating the directional derivative. The directional derivative of pi in the direction of e bar at 1, 2, 0 is nothing but e bar dot del phi. Already I am calculating e bar here. E bar that is 1 by 3 I bar plus 2j bar plus 2k bar. I am taking dot product here and del phi. Grad phi is nothing but here I am calculating grad phi. So that is 4 I bar plus 4j bar plus 4 k bar. Now I am replacing that one here and I taking the dot product between the two vectors. In the note point I discuss about the dot between two vectors. So 1 by 3 is a constant. So I am writing 1 by 3 into 4. These two are components of I, and 2 by 3 into 4 plus 2 by 3 into 1. By simplifying this one, you are getting a scalar quantity that is 14 by 3. This 14 by 3 is the directional derivative of scalar point function phi in the direction of the vector I bar plus 2j bar plus 2k bar at the point 1, 2, 0 is 14 by 3. Now I try to give one more example in this one. So before going to an example, just I give a small note. Right. See here, the gradient of a scalar function pi of xyz at a point p xyz is a vector. Already we know that gradient of a scalar point function is must be a vector along the normal to the level surface phi of xyz is equal to c at p and is in increasing direction. Normal vector is always in the direction of increasing. Now its magnitude, in the sense the magnitude of normal vector is equal to the greatest rate of increasing of pi. Okay, also greatest value of directional derivative. When we are required to find the greatest value of directional derivative, it is enough to calculate modulus of del phi, modulus of del phi. So whenever they are asking about the greatest value of directional derivative, then that time we are calculating mod del phi only. Okay, now I go through the next example. Find the greatest value of the directional derivative of f at 2, 1, minus 1. Okay, here the scalar point function f is equal to x square yz cube. Now I try to find the greatest value of the directional derivative. For calculating the greatest value of the directional derivative, it is enough to calculate modulus of del f at the particular point 2, 1, minus 1. For this purpose, I am calculating del f first. From the definition, del f is equal to dou f by dou x into I bar plus dou f by dou y into j bar plus dou f by dou z into k bar. So the given vector point, scalar function f equal to x square y z cube. I am calculating the partial derivatives now. Dou f by dou x is equal to 2xy z cube. Dou f by dou y is equal to x square z cube. Dou f by dou z is equal to 3x square y z square. So now I am replacing these partial derivatives in the gradient. I am getting del f. Del f is equal to 2xy z cube I bar plus x square z cube j bar plus 3x square y z square k bar. Now I replace the given point 2, 1, minus 1 in the gradient. Now I am calculating del f at 2, 1, minus 1. It is enough to replace x equal to 2, y equal to 1 and z equal to minus 1. By replacing these values, I am getting minus 4 I bar minus 4 j bar plus 12 k bar. That is the normal vector to the scalar point function f at that particular point. But I am calculating greatest value of directional derivative. For that purpose, I am calculating magnitude of this particular normal vector. So the greatest value of directional derivative del f is equal to, it is enough to calculate magnitude of that one. So that is equal to root over 4 square. 4 square is 16 plus 4 square 16 plus 12 square, that is 144. By simplifying that one, I am getting root over 176. That is simplify that one. That is equal to 4 root 11. Okay. Now I am discuss the next problem. Find the directional derivative of the scalar point function x, y, z square plus xy at the point 1, 1, 1 in the direction of the normal to the surface 3x y square plus y is equal to z at 0, 1, 1. Okay. So in the previous example, they give the scalar point function and a vector. But in this example, they give two different surfaces. We try to find the directional derivative of the one surface at that particular point in the direction of another surface normal vector. So the second surface is 3x y square plus y is equal to z at that particular point 0, 1, 1. Okay. Now I go through this solution of this particular point problem. First I can take the one scalar point function, it will be named it as f equal to 3xy square plus y minus z. Now I am calculating grad f. From the definition I am writing grad f dou f by dou x into I bar plus dou f by dou y into j bar plus dou f by dou z into k bar. Just enough to calculate the partial derivatives of f with respect to x, y and z. I am replacing those values. Del f is equal to, with respect to x partial derivative, that is 3y square. With respect to y it is 6xy plus 1. With respect to z it is minus 1. Now I replace the point 0, 1, 1 in the gradient. Now I am getting the vector del f is equal to 3I bar plus j bar minus k bar. Okay, now I am calculating the vector E bar. E bar is the normal to the surface f at 0, 1, 1. Normal is nothing but gradient only. Especially here E bar is a unit normal vector. So that's why I am calculating cap. Cap is nothing but del f by modulus of del f at that point 0, 1, 1. So E bar is equal to 3I bar plus 3j bar plus 3k bar, E bar is equal to 3I bar plus j bar minus k bar by root over 9 plus 1 plus 1. By simplifying that one, you are getting 3I bar plus j bar minus k bar by root 11. Here, up to here, I am calculating E bar only. Now, I am taking the another scalar point function phi now. So phi is equal to x, y, z square plus xy. Then del phi is equal to, from the definition I am writing dou phi by dou x into I bar plus dou phi by dou y into j bar plus dou phi by dou z into k bar. By calculating the partial derivatives, I am replacing those values here. X, here y z square plus y into I bar plus x z square j bar plus 2xyz plus x k bar. So that is gradient of a scalar point function phi. Now I am calculating del phi at 1, 1, 1 is 2I plus j bar plus 3k bar. So now both are existing. They given that two scalar point functions. I try to calculate the directional derivative of pi. I try to calculate the directional derivative of pi in the direction of normal to the surface f at the given points. Now I am calculating the directional derivative. So the directional derivative of the given function phi in the direction of E. E is nothing but normal to the surface of scalar point function f. That is del phi at 1, 1, 1 dot E bar. So del phi at 1, 1, 1 is 2I bar plus j bar plus 3k bar dot E bar. Already we are calculating 1 by root 11 into 3I bar plus j bar minus k bar. So I am applying once again dot product between two vectors, that is 1 by root 11 into 2 into 3, 6 and 1 into 1, 1 and 3 into minus 1, minus 3. By simplifying this one, I am getting 4 by root 11. This is the way we can calculate directional derivative. So in the first example, they give the scalar point function and a vector. I can find the directional derivative of scalar point function in the direction of the given vector. In the second example, I can calculate the maximum value of the directional derivative, that is nothing but enough to calculate the magnitude of the normal vector at the given point. In the third example, I can find the directional derivative of given surface at a particular point in the direction of normal to the another surface at a given particular point. So this is the way we can calculate the directional derivatives. Now these are all the problems for workout. Please note down the problems. The first problem is find the directional derivative of f 2xy plus z square at the point 1 minus 1 3 in the direction of I bar plus 2j bar plus 3k bar. Next one, find the directional derivative of pi at the point 1 minus 2 comma 1 in the direction of 2i minus j minus 2k bar. First two problems come under the first model. Find the directional derivative of scalar point function x square yz plus 4x z square at the point 1 minus 2 minus 1 in the direction of the normal to the surface x log z minus y square at minus 1 to 1. So the third problem is belonging to the model third. What am I explaining in the previously? Okay, thank you. In the next lecture, I discuss about the angle between the two surfaces and how to find divergence of a vector point function. Thank you.